96 FM.
And joining us is Andy Rice, our branding and advertising expert. And Andy, good evening, heroes and zeros.
Evening, Ray. Yes, indeed. It's that time of the week. If I give you a couple of phrases or sentences, tell me what brand springs to mind. So here's the first one. For the businessman who knows what he wants. And the second one, tell him I sent you.
Oh, John Robbie, you see, it's so easy. I got to do, of course, Khaliks. And you know it's Khaliks because of those brands, of those sayings.
And it's my hero of the week because they have stuck to their guns. They've followed the discipline of consistency, which any marketing person will tell you is a critical way to build brands, but awfully easy to overlook, especially when new brooms come in and want to sweep clean. Suddenly everything gets changed. But 45 years ago, in 1974, Ismail Musa launched Khaliks in the Oriental Plaza down there in Fordsburg, I think. And from that humble beginning, they are now, they claim, the largest men's suit retailer in South Africa through their 4 big stores, all of them up here, I think, in Gauteng. Today, as I say, nearly half a century later, it's run by Ismail's grandson, I think, Mohammed. And they've stuck to the knitting while moving, I think, steadily up market. I suspect that in the early days, like many of the stores in the Oriental Plaza, it would have been a bit of pile 'em high and sell 'em cheap. But I think Khaliks have got past that price trap and have said, let's try and deliver real value. And they've made themselves into a classy brand. And little things like on their website, if you go there, you'll see that there's a little feature on how to fold a shirt or how to tie a bow tie.
I mean, that.
They're tiny things and they may not be directly responsible for sales, but it's those things that say, we know what our game is and we're good at it.
And they're spreading. I mean, I was having my lunch the other day and they're in Sandton, just out, sort of near Prime Media. They're in Cedar Square. They're everywhere and they're making money.
They're in the new Mall of Africa.
There you go.
And, of course, they still have their original Oriental Plaza stores. So those are the 4. And, as I say, collectively, they claim to sell more suits to men than anyone else in the country.
Is it all about a catchy saying, though? I mean, like, tell him I sent you. And that was John, and he did very well at it. But, you know, you'll remember that. So it's not inside, it's on top, and on it goes, and on it goes, because those are catchy sayings.
Yeah, but they do fade from memory if you decide to abandon them. I mean, I think For the Businessman Who Knows What He Wants was a consciously written, strategic copy line. Tell him I sent you. I don't know. I suspect it might have been just John ad-libbing once and someone saying, that's a great way to go. Let's stick with that. And so every time there was a Khaliks ad on 702, there was Mr. Robbie saying, tell him I sent you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Although you do go into Khaliks and say, tell him I sent you, and the guy just looks at you, but that's something else. I have tried that. He just like, who are you? Anyway, your zeros.
Well, talking of value, in the case of Khaliks, a quotation from Oscar Wilde leads us into our zero. And what Mr. Wilde said was, a cynic is someone who knows the price of everything, but the value of nothing. And that came to mind when, for the umpteenth time, I felt like throwing a mango or whatever I could handle at the TV when Clear Scores Moose the Boxer Dog started chanting yet again, better scores, better deals.